Welcome back, everybody. This is part 2 of me debunking these reasons I found online that suggest if they're applicable to you, you shouldn't become a nurse. Because becoming a nurse has changed my life in so many ways, I want to cover some of the reasons why these reasons just ain't good reasons. So this is part 2, so we're starting off with number 6, and that is, you shouldn't be a nurse if you have to pee a lot. Okay, there's something like 3 million registered nurses in the US alone. Do you think we all have the same bladder power? Honestly, no. I have worked those shifts where I haven't peed in 8 to 12 hours. Your body just adapts to learn to pee BID at some point. But in the meantime, if you can't look to your colleague and say, hey, can you literally watch my pager for 1 minute while I go into the bathroom to pee? 1 minute? They say no? You need to find a new floor or facility. Okay, let's say worst case scenario, you drank a gallon of water, you've been holding it in all day, you're just about to go, and your patient stops breathing. Guess what? You don't have to pee anymore. I promise you. I don't know where it goes, but it goes somewhere. It's gone. You don't have to pee. Done. It'll come out someday. It's just not right now. I think your bladder's like, and then it takes a look at what's going on. It's like, oh, I'm gonna give him a minute. Tell me this, how many people do you think become nurses and quit because they have to pee a lot? Seriously. Just a rough estimate. Ballpark it. Has this conversation ever gone down? Hey, where's Brenda? Isn't this her shift? Oh, you didn't hear? She peed too much. She's back in school. She had to quit. No. And say you got a medical condition that makes you hit the pot a lot, you get a doctor's note explaining the situation, and when you gotta go, you gotta go. But that's not even anything to worry about. You'll be able to pee. The bottom line is you have to take care of yourself before you take care of other patients, and that includes emptying your bladder. We all pee, whether it's passing the pager or our bladders adapting, we make it happen. Not a reason not to become a nurse. Next up, you shouldn't be a nurse if you don't like to keep learning. I can kind of understand this one. I see healthcare workers mindlessly scrolling through these modules all the time, updating information in their brain. The retention rate definitely correlates with the enthusiasm on their faces. Nursing school's tough, medical school's tough. When you're done, you want to be done. And that's why there are nurses and doctors that don't want to change their practice according to the new evidence-based data like they should. Because they've been doing it successfully this way forever, and they're busy people, they've got lives outside of healthcare. I wonder what that's like. Another module on hazardous waste? Nobody got time for that. You get through school, you're like, yay, I'm done. No, you're not. There's continuing education all the time. But the recognition I'm getting right now on social media and at events is trying to deliver education in a fun and engaging way and influence other nurses to do the same. Everyone has fun in different ways, and once you learn the material and get some experience under your belt, or if you're a nurse that's just feeling burnt out, take whatever you're passionate about, incorporate it into helping other people. I promise you, you will find a way. If you're into gardening, I hear that's one of the most therapeutic things you can do for yourself, for your soul. Have a gardening meetup. Teach people about vitamins and fruits and vegetables, okay? Pesticides, organophosphates, I don't care. Just make it interesting and fun, right? Crocheting. Big surprise, not my thing. But it's a lot of people's thing. Hold a crocheting class. And while people are crocheting, talk about the things that they eat, how they shop at the grocery store, some of the experiences you've had with patients that have had poor nutrition. Diabetes, hypertension, so many opportunities. Help people make healthy choices so they stay out of the hospital. And reach out to other nurses that are burnt out. Invite them over for a movie night, okay? All nurses, but each one has to bring one medication that they have to teach the rest of them about. Sound like fun? Hint, hint. For anybody who's interested. Put a new pep in their step, and that's precisely what you and I are gonna do from here on out. Because we're figuring out ways that everyone's gonna love to learn. So you and me both, scratch that off the list. Next up, you shouldn't be a nurse if you're in it for the money. This pretty much applies to any job, right? Don't do something for the money, do something that you love. Truth is, I love playing video games and partying when I was applying for nursing school. And unfortunately, multi-playing Half-Life at 4 a.m. and being a beer pong champion doesn't pay the bills. Nursing can pay very well, and it varies where you're at. But the beauty of it is, you can go anywhere. That's the flexibility, the hours, the days, the rotations. It's all the other wonderful perks. I know plenty of nurses that'll tell you straight up that they got into nursing because it paid well. Because they got cell phone bills, they got rent to pay, and they got kids to feed. This is reality. But right after that, they'll tell you how they had no idea how nursing was gonna change their life forever, for the better. I'm one of them, and we'll talk more about that. Doing something because you're only in it for the money could be implied, but again, that's a blanket statement. It shouldn't be applied to specifically nursing. Unless it's playing the lottery, don't do anything for the money, okay? Probably shouldn't even do that. I haven't bought a scratch ticket in a while. Next up is you shouldn't be a nurse if you don't have people skills. Now this one kind of got to me. There's no humor involved, okay? It blatantly states that social competency is a necessity to become a nurse. Here's a little bit about me I want you to know. It's important to me that I'm honest with you, and that includes sharing some things that might make other people feel kind of uncomfortable sharing, but I need you to trust me. So here goes. When I started nursing school, I was a shy, isolated, very insecure person with terrible people skills. I wouldn't look people in the eye, okay? Not the cashier at the supermarket, not the receptionist at the gym, not even the people that I worked with, okay? People were always asking me why I was mad, right? I wasn't mad, I just wasn't comfortable in my own skin. Because it's such a horrible feeling to feel like you're not doing the things you want to be doing. Without loving people the way you want to be loving people. Without being who you know you are. It's low self-worth, right? You don't say anything because you're scared. No one cares what you think. Or someone might like you a lot less after you say something. You don't make eye contact, you don't initiate conversations, you don't accept invites to social outings. That was me. And all that stuff, eye contact, conversations, socializing, human interactions, okay? None of that improves on its own. Well, guess what? Clinical number one, patient number one. I paced outside of his room for 1 hour, okay? Going up to the nurse's station, pretending I'm writing something down in my care plan, right? I mean, who did I think I was, going in this old man's room, telling him I was gonna do stuff for him that he couldn't do himself? My heart was racing, I was sweating, I was terrified. I finally went in. I spent 4 full days with him, okay? I learned about him, his disease, his limitations, what he can and can't do, and about myself. And how I can help him with it all. Because not only did he talk to me about him, 2 or 3 words at a time because he had really bad COPD. I mean, you want to talk about exercise and patience and not cardiac rehab style. I'm talking the waiting for 10 minutes, attentively, for 2 sentences. I also talked to him about me, right? A lot faster, but he cared. I also learned he needed me or someone else there to help him with the things he couldn't do himself. He helped me find the self-worth that was in me all along. But sometimes it takes an eye-opener or an experience to believe in yourself. Working in the ER, patient after patient. I mean, you're popping into other people's patients' rooms, starting IVs, right? Running codes in other rooms. You'll develop people skills real quick if you want to be an effective healer. Or you won't, and you'll be miserable and hate your job. Plenty of people do. It's not unique to nursing. Nursing ain't for everyone. I'm not saying that it is. What I'm saying is if you're thinking about nursing, but you're apprehensive because you don't have the people skills right now, nursing is an excellent way to develop. I mean, you're running into people with personalities and attitudes and families and lives and situations you didn't even know could exist. From the one-legged IV drug user to the snobby doctor who's got his whole family in the room and they're all doctors and they want to know why X, Y, and Z isn't done, you learn people skills. For all situations. Okay, the last one. You shouldn't be a nurse if you don't know how to care about the care that you're giving. And it goes on to say something about how it can't ever be learned or taught. And that's just wrong. Nursing school is a process, and a tough one, but you learn therapeutic communication, how to care for someone. A lot of us, probably most of us, have never cared for a person the way a nurse cares for a person. So how do you know that you care about caring for someone if you haven't had the opportunity to practice caring? So by practicing in nursing school, residencies, and thereafter, you're always learning about how to care about caring for someone. Okay, real talk right now. When I first started nursing, I did not like cleaning up incontinent patients that had bowel movements. Don't try to tell me that you did, because you didn't. I avoided it like the plague, okay? I did not want to do it. And then I was cleaning up this elderly gentleman. He was telling me about some of the things he did in life. He was like a fighter pilot captain that led like fleets of jets in the Air Force, right? Like something amazing like that. And it made me think about, in his 80 plus years of life, how many accomplishments, how many relationships, how many traumas, how many beauties he's gone through. And now he needs me because he can't wipe himself. Everyone poops, right? We try and keep it on the DL, but everyone knows that everyone does it. Kylie Jenner, Brad Pitt, doesn't matter who you are. Sometimes when I get frustrated that I'm not with Gigi Hadid, I think about the fact that she poops. And then it makes me nice to love her. Point is, everyone does it, okay? And when you grow up, you handle it on yourself. It's your own business, you keep it on the DL. Problem is, he can't. And now he needs me for this. So not only is it your job to help them feel clean again, it's to preserve their dignity. And you learn that as you go. I'll tell you, I made sure he was extra clean, because he deserved it. Everyone deserves it. And that became a part of my practice, just like it should yours. Trust me, I don't wait around for code browns to happen, but when they do, I don't miss a spot. And that is caring about caring. And I learned that through that experience. So to summarize, nursing isn't for everyone. If you think it might be for you, shadow a nurse. Shadow multiple nurses, okay? In different specialties, because they're each incredibly unique of each other. It's what I did, and it's what solidified my decision to become a nurse. If you want to care about people, help people heal, help people save lives, don't let reasons like these make you think twice about it. Because I could have checked off a lot of these reasons right off the bat and said, nope, nursing's not for me. And not to toot my own horn, but I get kudos from other nurses, doctors, patients, the general population. And that's just concrete examples. That's not what's important to me. What's important to me is that nursing has helped me and continues to help me in unbelievable ways throughout this life. And I think a lot about people who struggle with finding a purpose in life. True satisfaction, fulfillment. Think about people volunteering, you know? They're giving back to the world, helping someone else out, our fellow people, helping someone heal. There's nothing that can beat that. And you get paid to do it, to take care of yourself and your own loved ones. So my only hope is these two videos find their way to someone who's considering nursing or doesn't know what they want to do before they find the bogus reasons they shouldn't be a nurse. And though I'm not getting paid to do this, I'm still clocking out.